The Confederation had miscalculated. Not once, but twice. Their first error was believing humans were defenseless diplomats, easy targets for intimidation. Their second, far graver mistake was assuming the creature following Ambassador Kira Osman was merely an exotic pet. Kira stood in the observation deck of Station Meridian, watching the Thescian warband march through the promenade. 15 warriors, each nearly 3 meters tall, their crystalline armor refracting the station's lights into deadly rainbows. They had already slaughtered 2 diplomatic envoys. Kira was meant to be their third. Beside her, motionless except for the rhythmic rise and fall of his breathing, crouched Talon. To the untrained eye, Talon appeared to be a young Terran wolf. Gray-silver fur, amber eyes, barely 6 months old. The Phyrexians had catalogued wolves during their intelligence gathering. Canine, pack animal, domesticated companion. No threat assessment required. They had never asked why humanity's chief diplomat traveled with a wolf cub. 15, Kira whispered, her hand resting on the subtle implant behind Talon's ear. Technology the Phyrexians would dismiss as a tracking chip. Standard Thescian intimidation formation. Plasma blades, shield generators, full combat protocols. Talon's ear twitched. Acknowledged. The Warband's leader, Commander Zrix, activated his translator. Human representative, your species has rejected our terms. You will now experience Thescian justice. Kira didn't answer. She was 24 years old, the youngest ambassador in human history, chosen for this assignment for reasons the Confederation couldn't possibly understand. She looked down at Talon, her expression serene, and gave the smallest nod. What followed would become required viewing at every Xenobiology institute in known space. Talon moved. Wolves were pursuit predators perfected over millions of years. Even as cubs, they possessed reflexes honed by evolution's cruelest teacher: hunger. Wild wolves could run at 40 miles per hour, crush bone with 1,500 pounds of bite force, and coordinate attacks with pack intelligence that bordered on telepathic. But Talon wasn't a wild wolf. He was Project Fenrir. Enhanced muscle density, reinforced skeletal structure with carbon fiber bone lattice, neural interface connecting directly to Kira's tactical processors, teeth and claws tipped with tungsten titanium alloy, and most critically, the pack-hunting instincts of Earth's apex predator, now augmented with human strategic thinking. The Phyrexians never registered him as a threat. Talon closed the 40-meter gap in 3 seconds. The first warrior, positioned on the right flank, barely saw the silver blur before Talon's jaws clamped onto his knee joint. The tungsten teeth punched through the crystalline armor like glass. The Phyrexian's scream was cut short as Talon twisted, using his enhanced strength to throw the warrior into his companion. Commander Zrix bellowed orders, but wolves had evolved another advantage: size differential. Talon was low to the ground, moving beneath their weapons targeting systems, inside their formation where their energy shields created interference with each other. The second and third warriors fell as Talon's claws raked across their ankles, severing the neural clusters Kira had highlighted in his tactical overlay. Their shields flickered uselessly, designed to stop projectiles, not a predator already inside their perimeter. Defensive circle. Zrix's voice cracked with confusion. Wrong move. Wolves were ambush hunters, but they were also patient strategists. With the Phyrexians clustered together, shields overlapping, they had created a single large target. Kira watched through Talon's enhanced optics, the neural link feeding her his sensory data. She didn't give commands, they were beyond that now. She thought intentions. Talon translated them into action with the fluid grace of a creature born to hunt. The fourth warrior tried to track Talon with his plasma blade. Talon went up, not forward, leaping onto a support beam, then launching himself down onto the warrior's back. The impact drove the Thescian face-first into the deck. Talon's jaws found the vulnerable neck joint, and the warrior went still. 5 through 7 died in rapid succession. Talon moved between them like water, exploiting every gap, every moment of hesitation. One warrior's plasma blade accidentally struck his companion when Talon ducked beneath the swing. The friendly fire burned through crystalline armor as if it were paper. 8 and 9 fell to pack tactics. Though Talon hunted alone, he retained the instinct to herd prey into traps. He drove them toward structural weakness in the deck plating. When their combined weight triggered the collapse, Talon was already circling back. 10 through 14 died trying to retreat. Wolves were endurance hunters too, capable of pursuing prey for hours. The distance to the nearest exit meant nothing. Talon ran them down methodically, his enhanced stamina far exceeding their panicked flight. That left Commander Zrix. The Decian leader stood alone, surrounded by fallen warriors, his weapon raised but his hands trembling. A universal physiological response to fear that transcended species. "What is this creature?" he transmitted, his translator struggling with the emotion in his voice. Kira walked onto the promenade, Talon padding beside her, his muzzle stained with purple Decian blood. She looked up at the towering alien who had come to murder her. "You asked the wrong question, Commander," she said softly. "You should have asked why humans partnered with wolves 40,000 years ago, why we brought them with us to the stars." Talon sat beside her, his amber eyes fixed on Zrix with predatory focus. "Wolves taught humans how to hunt, how to survive, how to build civilizations. We didn't domesticate them, we formed alliances with them. They made us who we are." Kira's voice hardened. "You came here to kill a human ambassador. What you didn't realize is that you declared war on a species that has survived because we befriend apex predators and call them family." Zrix's finger moved toward his weapon's trigger. Talon's muscles tensed. "You wanted to learn about humanity," Kira said. "Lesson learned." Talon moved. The last sound Commander Zrix made was never recorded. When Confederation security arrived at the observation deck, they found Kira filing her incident report while Talon dozed at her feet, looking like nothing more than a sleeping puppy. The diplomatic situation resolved itself quickly after that. The Decian Confederation issued a formal apology and accepted all human terms. They also added a new classification to their xenobiology database. Human companion species, Canis lupus, critical threat, do not engage, recommend immediate diplomatic negotiation. Humanity had brought its oldest friends to the stars. The galaxy was learning what 40 millennia of partnership truly meant.